Can you feel it, Chiefs Kingdom? Super Bowl week is officially here, and the buzz around the National Football League is louder than a third down roar at Geha Field at Arrowhead Stadium. And today, we start with a story that reminds us just how sharp the eyes are inside the Kansas City Chiefs locker room, because sometimes the signs of greatness show up long before confetti falls. Travis Kelce saw it coming. Long before the Seattle Seahawks punched their ticket to the Super Bowl, long before the national narratives caught up, Kelce knew, and he knew it in the most unglamorous way possible. On the sideline of a preseason game, halfway through August, watching second and third string players battle for their NFL lives. On the latest episode of New Heights, Kelce told Cooper Kupp, now a Seattle Seahawk, that the writing was on the wall all the way back in preseason. Kelce didn't mince words. Sitting there at Lumen Field, watching backups grind out, Kelce felt something different. He felt juice. Real juice. The kind you can't fake. The kind that turns a team into a contender. That preseason game on August 15th wasn't about stars. Andy Reid rested most of his heavy hitters. No Patrick Mahomes. No Travis Kelce. No fireworks from the Chiefs' usual headliners. Seattle, on the other hand, rolled out more of its starters. Cooper Kupp was out there. Sam Darnold was out there. And while the box score won't live forever, the feeling stuck with Kelce. Remember, this is a guy who's seen it all. 13 NFL seasons, 47 preseason games. He's played with legends, coached by legends, and helped build a dynasty in Kansas City that includes Super Bowl victories in the 1969 season. Then again in 2020, 2023, and just last year in 2024, Kelce knows what championship DNA looks like. And that night in Seattle, he saw it from top to bottom of the Seahawks roster. He talked about watching guys deep on the depth chart flying around like it was a Super Bowl, loving the game, playing together, feeding off each other's energy. That's not something a coach can draw up on a whiteboard. That's culture. That's belief. And Kelce recognized it instantly. And think about how fitting that is coming from Kelce. This is a tight end who's redefined the position, a future Hall of Famer, a security blanket for Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback who's become the face of the NFL, Mahomes, the play-calling leader of this offense, the magician who can throw sidearm, no-look across his body, and still hit you right between the numbers. Together, Mahomes and Kelce have been the heartbeat of a Chiefs dynasty that has dominated the AFC for the better part of a decade. Under Andy Reid, the Chiefs have turned innovation into habit. Pre-snap motion, misdirection, option routes that depend on Mahomes, and his receivers seeing the game the exact same way in real time. It's offensive football is jazz, and Kelce has been the lead instrument. Meanwhile, on defense, Steve Spagnuolo has crafted units that can adapt on the fly, bringing pressure from unexpected angles, trusting stars like Chris Jones to collapse pockets and wreck game plans. So when Kelce says he felt something special brewing in Seattle, it carries weight. Cooper Kupp, for his part, wasn't surprised either, but his journey to this Super Bowl stage took a different path. A former Super Bowl MVP, a former NFL Offensive Player of the Year, a player who once put together one of the greatest receiving seasons in league history. Last spring, he was released due to salary cap realities. It's a reminder how ruthless this league can be, even to its brightest stars. Kupp landed in Seattle and became one of the leaders Kelce was talking about. And when Kupp described the Seahawks' rise, he didn't call it a microwave meal. He called it crock pot, slow, steady, intentional. From day one of OTAs, the message under head coach Mike Macdonald was simple. Ignore the noise. Ignore the narratives. Just work. Kupp said it wasn't obvious at first that this team was Super Bowl bound. Pieces had to come together. Trust had to be built. Camaraderie had to form. And week by week, the belief grew. That belief is something Chiefs fans know very well. Think back to the early days of this run. Before Mahomes' first MVP, before the Lombardi trophies, there was belief. There was Andy Reid finally getting his quarterback. There was a fan base, Chiefs Kingdom, packing Arrowhead Stadium, performing the tomahawk chop, creating one of the loudest environments in all of sports. Decibel records, false starts, visiting teams burning timeouts just to survive the noise. Arrowhead isn't just a stadium. It's a weapon, and that environment has fueled legends. Len Dawson leading the franchise to its first Super Bowl title. Derek Thomas terrorizing quarterbacks with relentless speed and heart. Tony Gonzalez setting the gold standard for tight ends long before Kelce took the baton and ran even farther. Today's Chiefs carry that legacy forward. Isaiah Pacheco running with violent intent. Every carry looking like it might be his last. Chris Jones anchoring the defensive line, demanding double teams and still breaking through. Young receivers growing into their roles. A coaching staff that's seen every coverage, every blitz, every trick in the book. Statistically, this Chiefs era stacks up with any dynasty in NFL history. Mahomes' career passer rating sits among the best ever. His playoff numbers rival legends like Tom Brady and Joe Montana. And while the league constantly tries to catch up, Kansas City keeps adjusting. That's the mark of sustained greatness. Around the league, analysts can't stop debating it. One former NFL quarterback said recently, "What separates the Chiefs is their floor. Even on a bad day, they're still elite." Another analyst pointed to Reid's play calling in the red zone, that critical area inside the opponent's 20-yard line, as the difference between Kansas City and everyone else. Touchdowns instead of field goals. Precision instead of panic. And let's not ignore the pop culture crossover. Mahomes is everywhere, from national commercials to charity events. Kelce has become a media star in his own right, whether it's podcasts, commercials, or red carpet moments. The Chiefs aren't just a football team anymore. They're a brand, a symbol of modern NFL dominance. Which brings us back to this moment, Super Bowl week. Another chance for the Chiefs' legacy to grow, even as they watch another contender. Like Seattle, chase that same dream. Kelce's comments aren't trash talk. They're respect. Respect for a team that built something the right way, the same way Kansas City did. And here's a tantalizing wrinkle for the future. If Travis Kelce returns for a 14th NFL season, and all signs suggest a fire still burns, Chiefs fans could see him line up against Cooper Kupp next season. Seattle is on the Chiefs schedule. Arrowhead would be electric. Storylines would write themselves. So what does all of this mean moving forward? For Kansas City, it's a reminder that staying on top means never losing that edge, never ignoring the little signs, never taking culture for granted. The AFC West is always lurking. The Raiders want blood. The Broncos want relevance. The Chargers want to finally cash in on talent. And beyond the division, rivals like the Bills and Bengals are always circling. But if history has taught us anything, it's this. When the lights are brightest, when the pressure is highest, the Chiefs tend to shine. As one longtime Chiefs fan was overheard saying outside Arrowhead recently, "We've seen the bad years. That's why we savor this." And savor it, Chiefs Kingdom, because dynasties don't last forever, even though this one feels like it might. Super Bowl Sunday is almost here. The storylines are rich. The stakes are massive, and the echoes of preseason games, sideline observations, and quiet belief remind us that greatness is often built when nobody's watching. So buckle up, stay locked in, and as always, keep it right here for the best Chiefs coverage anywhere. This is why we watch. This is why we love this game. And this is Chiefs football.